Welcome to RawSportsCast. My name is Scott Harrigan. Today we have with us a couple guys. We're going to do a roundtable. We have Steve Duffy from RawSportsCast Stuff with Duff and Nick Taylor from the Lake Couch and Kraken. He does all their social media and graphics and stuff like that. So welcome, boys. How you doing today?
Very good. Thanks, Scotty. How are you?
I'm okay. Nick, how you doing? Your first one?
Yeah, doing great, Scott.
Good stuff. Awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, this is a roundtable, and if you haven't, if you don't know the premise of the RawSportsCast's roundtable, simply we assemble a group and around a table, and we don't know what the topics are. Yeah. So what we do is the three of us, sometimes there's four, whatever, but we all have to pick a topic. I don't know. I don't even have one right now, to be honest with you. But that's what we do. So I don't know what Steve's going to talk about. I don't know what Nick's going to talk about. But whatever they talk about, or whatever the topic is, that's what they do. Can't get much more simpler than that. So without further ado, Mr. Duffy, why don't you lead us off?
Well, my topic is the fact that sports are opening up again. We got tonight, for instance, I know this was dated and taped, but the Grizzlies and Royals are both playing at home tonight. It's good to see local sports in action. The Vikes basketball squads are in action tonight. It's interesting to see that Czech TV a couple of nights ago did a story on Kelly Dukeshire, former UVic Vikes star.
Yeah.
He's a legislative cop. He was with the Saanich Police Force for a number of years. He's retiring soon to be. Nice guy you'll never meet.
Yeah. And
it's really interesting. I'm really pumped the fact that local sports are opening up again.
Yeah, you know, I never, before COVID hit, I got lackadaisical. I never really went to a lot of the games, even though like I have media passes and I could do this and what have you. I didn't go, but and it's different not going when you can go as opposed to not going because you can't go.
Yeah.
So I found that to I'm really pumped. It's almost like I needed that 2 years to get more back into it because I've been doing ISN for how many years now? I've been going on 14, I guess. So, but yeah. So, what are you pumped for mostly, Steve?
Well, I'll be interested to see if my name's still on the pass list for the Grizzlies. They gave me a lifetime pass when I was retired.
Right.
And I'm going to go down there tonight and see, is Steve Duffy still on your pass list?
Oh, well, if not, just mention ISN.
I'll talk to Lance.
Yeah,
Have
absolutely.
they been doing okay for fans lately at the Grizzlies games?
I think so, yes.
Yeah.
I've heard rumors they weren't doing too well, but I hope they are.
Well, it's one of those, it's a tough, we've talked about this, I'm not going to say it anymore, but it's tough to have so much to choose from.
Yeah.
Right? On the South Island that there's just so many things that come into play with that. But
tonight, do you go to the Royals or you go to the Grizzlies?
Yeah, or the Vikes or
Vikes or
there's a lot of ways to split up that sports spending.
Yeah,
dollar.
exactly, right? So but what from your standpoint, Nick, way out in Lake Cow, what's it meant for you guys and your fans to have are you allowed a full arena if it was to get filled?
Yeah, we are allowed full capacity with 2 shots for your vaccination.
Okay,
we got a scan before game.
Right.
Our first game of the season, end of September, I think we were only allowed half capacity. We got about 235 people, which wasn't too bad for a small little lake couch, and which is
very good.
If we're lucky in the summer, it's 3,500 people, I think. So
right,
it's not too bad. But yeah, we're roughly getting around 130, I think.
So tell us about this team. What the Lake Couch and Kraken? Do you know who are the owners? Where do they come from? What all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, so it's an ownership group. I believe there's 5 of them. They're mostly based on the mainland. I know the main guy that's coming here is planning on staying here and wanting to live on the island, specifically Lake Cowichan. That's why he put the team there. Yeah, it's been interesting so far. So,
What's your season like? How many wins, losses?
we're getting there. It's a brand new team, so we got a lot of rookies on the team.
Yeah.
But yeah, we won last night in Nanaimo, thrilling overtime win.
Yeah.
4-3 it was.
Right.
Yeah, I was a little worried because Nanaimo's still looking for their first win of the season.
I know.
Unfortunately. I think they're 0-18 now.
Yeah, I know.
Did the name Kraken come from the anticipation of the Seattle franchise in the NHL, or was that just off the cuff?
Well, it might have helped. We have in our lake, in Lake Cowichan, we have a sea monster, and its name in native tongue is called Stingqua. No, we weren't going to name our team Stingqua.
No. I understand that.
Yeah, and there was...
You saved that for the Toronto Maple Leafs, did you?
There you go, yeah.
I had to get that before Duffy said something.
Ah.
I know where you were going. I could tell. I'm looking at the monitor.
But more or less, we couldn't name it that, so we came up with the name Kraken, a sea monster. It's a serpent-type monster in our lake, apparently, mythical creature, and we actually had the local Lake Cowichan native tribe help us with that name also, and they're a main sponsor for us too. So,
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
right.
Very good.
And Duff, who's the Grizzlies playing tonight?
I think they're playing Cowichan.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Battle of the Malahat.
And I don't know what the records are.
No.
Have you asked
I think the Grizzlies are in first, though.
I think they're doing well.
Yeah, they are doing well. They always seem to
they usually do
pull it together, like but then the playoffs are another story. So
my theory is, that's the best brand of hockey nobody sees.
Yeah.
You got the smaller rink, so you get a really real feel for the speed of the game.
Yeah.
And the skill of the game.
I find
when you're sitting further up, you don't get that.
They got some rookie. I think he's suspended, but I think he got 5 games for a legal hit or something. But some rookie guy that's just tearing it up. I can't remember his name right now, but I probably should know that.
on the Grizzlies.
On the Grizzlies, yeah.
Yeah, that was my biggest lament during when I was working in radio. Is why are these guys playing so well and nobody's coming out to see them? It's the same old thing. It's I guess it's an overflowing of resources because we got the Royals, we got the Vikes.
It's
But
so much. Yeah.
everybody says, well, it's way out in the West Shore. Well, it's not way out in the West Shore. In the old days, the West Shore was the boonies. When I met my wife, she lived out here. I said, you live in the boonies. And I live out here now. It's not the boonies.
No, it's where everyone lives now, so
Yeah.
it's not considered. Yeah,
And it's literally 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
you
just
go to a
it's not-
Shamrocks game, and they're full.
Yeah.
Same.
Now, okay, now that we're going to talk about this, say Victoria proper, say the city of Victoria had a WLA team, lacrosse. Would the Shamrock still be full?
It's hard to say. I think so. I think they got a loyal following out here.
I think so too. That it's they've been around for years, so it's just a strong, loyal following for the Shamrocks name and brand.
Right. But I'm wondering how many people come from Victoria, Saanich, to watch the Shamrocks. I think so too.
When I first got to Victoria, they were based at the old Memorial Arena.
Yeah,
That's right.
exactly,
Yeah.
In the days of Ivan Thompson and all those guys. Larry
The Gate
Smeltzer.
Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Gates.
The Peppers.
Yeah, the Peppers. They got beamed on the head and the stomach with a ball.
There's some beauties there. Now, I don't even know if Greg's still reffing.
I'm not sure. I
Yeah.
think he was getting a little fed up with all the abuse he got from the fandoms.
On his weight gain?
I don't know. Yeah, you got a lot of abuse from the
like
fans because he was
Pottle
a ref.
cat. Yeah.
A lacrosse ref has got to be the most thankless job in sports. Whatever you call it, ain't the right call.
No, that's true. That's true.
So my hat's off to him.
Right on.
Even though
So, on the topic of local sports coming back, is there any fears with COVID? Is this? Is there? Do you think that people are okay of going out? Do you think that COVID is lingering still? You can't say that it's not because you know it is.
that when you go into a sports event, you got to be proof of double vaxxed.
Yes. Right.
So
do you have to wear a mask in the crowd?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
Seen a lot of
Okay.
I've seen a lot of NHL rinks that they're not wearing masks.
No.
Chicago Stadium, the
No, but we're talking local
Rogers
here.
Arena.
Canada, I think Canada, well, BC alone is a little different even.
Yeah.
Our rinks, we have to wear masks. Everyone has to wear masks unless you're
In the
eating.
crowd?
Yeah, in the crowd.
Okay.
Unless you're eating or drinking. But a lot of people have a beer or a coffee and they're constantly sipping from it. I mean, even myself, I was at a game recently, Junior B, and sipping on my coffee, and I had an attendant come up. Oh, put your mask up.
Oh,
I know
okay.
you're drinking your coffee. Just try your best.
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry. No,
Put a hole on the mask, put the straw in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, to err on the side of caution.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, right? Like I don't, I haven't been the sports that I've watched since COVID, the break of COVID, or are we out of it? I don't even know if we're out of it, but it was been outdoors watching baseball, and that was my first time that I realized how much I did miss sports. Was when I went to what was Larrett's and watched some men's ball, and I thought, oh man, this is really good to be back here. It's just the sound of the crack of the bat, the dust, the slides, the yelling, chirping the ump, which is and all the sports. I got to say that I don't. Baseball is one of you need that person going, come on, ump, and you need that because if you don't have that in baseball, it's just not baseball to me.
Remember the movie Love of the Game with Kevin Costner playing the old pitcher?
Yeah.
And he went to New York and says, gotta love New York. They're just throwing insults left, right, and center. And then he says, the machine and closes it out. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Which is what athletes are supposed to do. They're not supposed to react to fans.
No.
But they do.
They do.
It seems like they do.
Well, it's I guess. But okay. Well, are we wrapped up with that one? Are we going to move on to Nick? Do you have a topic?
Things are running through my head. I can't pinpoint one.
Just pick one of them.
Let's see here. Off the wall, maybe.
Anything.
Any interest in professional wrestling?
Now Steve is I am not. So you've just tickled.
Bottom line, because Stone Cold.
You've just tickled Steve's butt. I know Sweet Daddy Sika. I know that kind of whatever.
Best
right?
interview I ever did was with Bret the Hitman Hart.
Oh,
okay.
I did 10 minutes of him when I was at CFAX, and they played the whole thing.
Oh no way!
This was after his injury.
Yeah,
and he had a concussion. Bill Goldberg ended his career with a misplaced kick to the head.
Right. Okay.
And he was very lucid and came through it very nicely. So,
okay. Right.
wow. And Bret's a great guy.
I met him once. He is absolutely a great guy and a huge sports of like locals. He loves Canada.
Yep.
He absolutely is a patriot of our country.
Yep.
What do you want to talk about in wrestling?
I don't know. It's just something that popped in my head. I have noticed because I watch a lot of wrestling, and I don't know if you guys do or Steve, but
I don't.
WWE in my mind is definitely on the decline. There's a new brand called AEW, and it's been just, in my opinion, been a lot better than WWE. WWE just recently dumped a lot of other wrestlers recently.
Very scripted.
Even
very.
Like Lucha Party. I mean, I know they're not that big, but they've been around for years, and they were big in the Mexican scene too back in the day before WWE, and they just dumped them. One of their big guys they brought over from their junior club NXT, Karrion Kross, has been X'd.
I noticed
Bearcat Lee's gone. Like, there's a lot of names gone. And also, we just lost a Victoria person, Frankie Monet. She's from Victoria. NXT, and she just got dumped also. And there's another Victoria person that got dumped a while back, and that was, oh God, what's her name? Jen Green or something?
Yeah.
I'm drawing a blank on her name right now. But
there's a few of them.
Yeah, but I'm just curious on, do you think it's around still?
A gal I used to work with, Andrea Boys, she teaches skating and figure skating.
Oh, Andrea.
She used to be involved in the local roller derby.
That's right, yeah.
And,
Eves of Destruction, no.
Eves of
Eves of Destruction, yeah.
And she had to retire because of concussion issues.
Oh, shit.
That's quite, they say it's wrestling on wheels. But I say, you got to learn how to roller skate before you can
Do you remember?
They-
Do you remember Skinny Minnie Miller?
Skinny Minnie Miller. Gwen. Yeah, I remember Gwen.
What was that whip called? Didn't it? She used to come from the back or something, and her teammates would whip her past, and she's throwing elbows.
But they were scripted too, like wrestling in a way where
They're scripted, but it's the outcome is all scripted, but it's a lot more talent to me.
Oh yeah.
So the years, I don't even know how long ago it was. I was approached by somebody who got my email from ISN, and they're a local wrestling people. And I think it was Courtney Comox. It was up in that area anyways. And I wrote a couple stories on them and stuff like that. I haven't heard anything in a few years, but they were playing arenas around here. Who were they?
I don't know. There is an island wrestling group.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to go see them. It just hasn't worked in my schedule lately.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but it seems fun. I mean, I've seen some videos of it. It looks entertaining enough.
Yeah, I didn't know if they were still going on. That's my extent of
IPW Island Pro Wrestling, I think.
Okay.
That's what I saw, yeah.
So the two island wrestlers you mentioned, where did they come out of?
So they were both part of WWE.
Oh shit!
I can't believe I'm drawing a blank on the one woman's name. Is it Jen Green or Jessica? She's, I think, with a company called Impact Wrestling right now.
And they're said to be a growing concern.
Yeah. I think something's going on with them too. A lot of these smaller organizations have kind of teamed up with AEW, so they've been moving wrestlers back and forth. I know that there's some champions in AEW wrestling that are also champions in Impact, so they kind of jump between programs and stuff.
Okay.
They've got some sort of an agreement.
Gonna do a Drew McIntyre on you. Got a story for you. Back when I was in radio in Courtney, he used to help set up the All-Star Wrestling ring. Remember All-Star?
Oh, yeah. Not really.
And I was way back. And Roy McClarty was a referee, and he was big in setting it up. Past master of the sleeper, they used to call him.
No way.
I said to Roy, I said, "Roy, does that thing really work?" And so he put it on me, and I was going red.
Yeah.
Oh no
I
way.
was thought, oh man, another couple of seconds, I'm out.
Wow.
So, the outcomes are scripted, but the actual action is pretty wild.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. No, I mean it's it's definitely scripted, but I mean it's still entertaining. They still take bumps and bruises. They still get injured. They're stunt devils.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Then this is what I know about wrestling and just the most recent news in wrestling. What's up with Hulk Hogan? Why is everybody shitting on him? Like, what did he do to these wrestlers in the past that, and then McMahon, and then this kid of McMahon and daughter of McMahon, and are they still? Is that McMahon still in this at all? What are they?
Oh yeah, they still run WWE.
Okay, so why is everybody shitting on the Hulk?
I'm not.
I think he had a situation that has been resolved. He's back in good favor.
With the wrestlers?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure
I
what
think
happened.
he was. I'm not sure exactly what happened.
I
but it
know
was-
Macho Man Randy Savage has recently called him out personally,
Well, they all did. They
Which
all.
is hard because he's dead.
but I don't know.
Ooh, yeah, dig it.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, is he?
Yeah, Randy Savage, Lanny Poffo has passed away.
Oh my!
wow.
What video clip did I see?
Yeah, I don't know. It was years ago, obviously. But yeah, so I just reading the news and seeing the shit that comes up on your Facebook thing. There was that Minnesota governor. He was calling him
Jesse the
out.
Body Ventura.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
the next wrestler.
yeah,
He's the one that used to do the commentary with Vince McMahon. Let me tell you something, McMahon.
yeah.
He's done some movies too. He's been around.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, mine was the Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
I mean,
Rowdy,
it's now these guys are all their deaths. Is it brain related? Is it just
Well, a lot of
natural causes? What is?
I think a lot of it is attributed to drugs, like steroids
Mental
and whatnot.
health.
Okay.
Remember Chris Benoit?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
that's a shame.
killed his family, then himself. And
Yeah, that's an absolute tragedy.
Davey Boy Smith, who I got to call a match when they were at Memorial. What a guy.
Yeah, good
Built
guy.
like a brick shipyard. And
yeah.
he died in a car crash.
Oh boy. Okay.
Owen Hart, Brett's brother, fell.
I was watching
thing.
that pay-per-view, unfortunately.
It
Was that deemed an accident?
was an accident.
It was
Okay,
definitely
was
an accident.
Prop,
okay.
right?
The screens went black when it happened, and we
Yeah.
knew instantly something was wrong.
Wasn't there another wrestler that died over something similar to that as well? That wasn't there
In the ring?
in the
or-
ring? Yeah,
Not that I can recall.
I think.
I
there-
know Jerry the King Lawler had a heart attack when he was announcing
Oh wow.
on Monday Night Raw.
Holy.
Oh, shit,
but he recovered.
Oh, yeah? Oh, he didn't die?
No.
Oh, good.
But it was touch and go there for a while.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You can tell Jim Ross has had a stroke. It
Yeah,
looks like.
Bell Halsey.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
He's talking
okay.
out of the side of his mouth.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of like a stroke.
Kretchen?
Kind of
Like a Kretchen?
like that, yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Okay. Well, I think we've ate up enough wrestling.
Never enough wrestling.
Oh, God.
Stone Cold said so.
Yeah. No, because Scott Harrigan said so. That's my show.
You know, it's funny. I saw Stone Cold. He was in that movie, The Indispensables. He's a big dude.
They're all big.
Steve Austin?
Yeah.
They're all big.
But on
and
TV, he doesn't look it.
what about that movie there with what was that guy's name that did the wrestler with the? She's my favorite actress too. That she did My Cousin Vinny. What's her name?
Oh, yeah. Talia Shire?
No.
Oh, that was Rocky.
No, it was my biological clock is tick, tick, tick.
Oh.
So what was her name? Starts with a T, I think. But anyways, who was that wrestler in the movie? The actor that did that. Remember the movie?
I barely remember.
Are you
that
kidding me
movie.
right now? We're going to
I
have to
know the
edit
movie,
this?
I just barely remember it.
No.
I remember
My
that.
cousin Joe Pesci was in that, right? My cousin.
No, I'm trying to remember her name.
Oh,
she was in the movie with this actor that did the movie. Like, and it was I remember, was it Hart that said that's pretty accurate as far as wrestlers, like, you know, the shots he had to take, the splinters he had to do. Wow, what's that movie? Anyways, well, if you're out there, all of my 4 viewers, if you want to send us an email and this is raw. We have no idea what we're talking about, and we're not editing this shit out.
I'll figure it out.
No, I guarantee it.
2 o'clock this morning, I'll wake up.
Yeah, 12 hours too late.
Yeah.
All right, we're definitely moving on from wrestling now. All right, so I guess my topic is way more grim, and it has to do with the Kyle Beach situation that just
sad,
happened. Not only is it sad,
it's sad the way the team reacted, the league reacted, the Players Association reacted.
What's sad for me is that this kid, I've talked with people, and they're going, "Oh, he's a big boy. If that guy wanted to touch, why didn't you just turn around and fucking knock him out?" Let me just clarify some things for you. Is that as a victim, I am a victim, and my abuser wasn't in sports. My abuser was a family friend, and it went on for years and years and years. When I was very young, till I was about 11, and for people who have never had to experience that, to say, "Well, fucking, this is what I would do." You know what?
Yeah,
blow me, because you
Repercussions.
don't know what you're gonna do.
repercussions.
Now, it's so hard when you are on the cusp of fulfilling your goal, and somebody propositions you, some predator propositions you and says, "I'm going to get you to the next level. This is what I can do for you." You almost freeze.
Yeah.
And so to say, now this guy drafted 11th. He's a big, the three of it, none of us would want to fight this guy.
No.
I'm telling you right now, this guy would he's a big man, and he's used to throwing them.
But at the same
he could
time,
have killed this video nerd. He could have killed this guy.
But he was looking.
No, he was looking after his career. And there's so many more guys. There's Brent Sopel's coming out. Ian White from the Leafs. He's going live tomorrow on Facebook, and he's like, "I wanted to prolong my career." This is where it starts. So what pisses me off, as sad as this is, and it is very sad, you telling me that Bettman didn't know? Telling me that fucking Bill Daly didn't know? So what it's going to take is now the pieces are falling. These guys are getting exposed. But what's going to happen is when one major person, Donald Fair, if he gets thrown under the bus, you are going to watch the outfall. Mm-hmm. And the emails that he's going to show. So for all these little, did you watch that Gary Bettman interview?
Yeah.
It was horrendous.
Where he was sitting beside Daly there?
But he was sitting
Yeah,
beside that.
I did see
Absolutely. He did not come off well there at all.
It's like it was scripted.
They're both lawyers, right? So what do you expect? When there's strikes 1 and 2 right there. But at the same time, it's almost like, to me, it was creepy. It was itchy. It was creepy. I'm sitting there and watching this going, you fucking liar. You're a liar.
Betton's a creepy dude anyway.
He is, but like there's no way these people didn't know. So this kid who's not a kid, but this guy is saying, I felt alone. I did this.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you were alone, bud.
Yep.
You were alone. And because you're coming out 11 years later, doesn't diminish from the fact that it happened. Right?
And everybody's now saying how brave he was to do that. And I agree with them.
And they were brave. And we have a girl in town here, and I don't want to it did go public, and I did run it on ISN. And Carrie, just a shout out to you, sweetie. You're brave for coming out with the white caps and that stuff.
Yeah.
But I would be remiss if I didn't say on these issues that are coming out that Jen Kish recently went to social media about the incident with the Rugby Canada coach.
Yeah.
And what we're forgetting is that it's brave to come out, absolutely. But it's even more brave, or as brave, I should say, not more, as brave, to come out in defense of the person being accused.
Yeah.
And that's what Jen did, essentially. She felt obligated. She was asked by her teammates if she would write a statement on this coach, which is not resolved yet. And I'm only reading I'm not paraphrasing what Jen said. But ultimately I felt an obligation to my teammates. I was the captain. I felt obliged to stick up with my teammates. And when I wrote the statement, I was fully planned on submitting that statement.
Yeah.
Then when I thought about it, I went, well, wait a minute. I went through a really shitty time for a month. He sat with me every day for a month.
Yeah.
Did I agree with everything, his coaching style? No. Did we have it out? You fucking bet we did. But these are the things that I remember. So I am not going to hand in my statement. So that is just as brave, or as brave as coming out, and not to diminish it. I want, absolutely. If something's happened to you, don't wait. But, what's your take on this whole culture that's coming around sports now? Because to me, it's long overdue. Graham James was getting away with this shit for how long?
Yeah.
Absolutely pathetic. What's your take on that?
I think Theo Fleury was very brave what he did. He wrote a book on it.
Mm-hmm. Sheldon Kennedy.
And we can understand, Theo went through some tough times there. And
but
he's on the ice. You can see it. Something's bugging that guy.
Yeah.
And now you know what? Now we know.
Got into the drinking a lot and stuff.
Yeah, but why didn't the NHL put a policy in place at that point? They never did.
Well, because the NHL is the NHL. It's all it's interested in is the bottom line.
Is it an old boys club?
I think so. And I think it's don't disrupt that cash flow. Don't do anything to disrupt the cash flow.
Well,
if the NHL and its ownerships, the 30 owners, if they wanted to clean up the NHL,
they couldn't.
Today is the day that they have an opportunity to go. We're cleaning house.
Yeah.
Today we are just absolute. Like if they wait and not do it, they'll never do it.
Get rid of all the predators. Get rid of all the scumbags.
Yeah. The Blackhawks are looking
be
for
very,
their cash
very
out.
transparent about it.
They wanted the cup before anything happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, now do you think that Cheveldae should have been the Winnipeg GM?
Hard to say.
Do you think he should have been punted along with
I don't know.
Quenneville?
They obviously found something that didn't give them cause to let him go. So
I thought about it a lot. If he feels guilty, he should step down. Like, I don't know. You're assistant GM.
Yeah.
You're in a lot of those meetings, are you not?
He was in one. And by his own admission, he's the only one that remembers himself there, right? But the thing is that the determination why he stayed was he wasn't in a position of power to do anything about it.
Yeah.
Bullshit. What position? Pick up the phone and call.
Anybody who's there is in a position to do
Anybody it's there. I don't care if the fucking janitor was cleaning the room while they had this meeting.
Yep.
If the janitor overheard it, pick up the phone.
Jonathan
And talk
Taves
about
could have done something.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys, you know, so
They talked to Jonathan Taves and Patrick Kane, and they said, we didn't know anything about it.
how can they not know anything
Yes.
about it when
I thought
Beach
they
said
knew.
Beach said he was teased and hazed and bothered and chirped about it at practice, on the buses, on the road. So to say that these guys didn't know,
No, they.
come on.
Sopel came out and said the whole team knew. I think, did he not?
Sopel did, yeah. Sopel's, you know, and you know, they're very outspoken about what's going on. So, okay, that's the NHL.
Yeah.
How many?
Do you not think that this goes on in junior hockey?
Oh, definitely.
Do you not
Fleury
think
and
that this
Sheldon
goes on at like? So my thing is this: is that nobody knew, or I don't think anybody knew. So I was abused from, say, when I was 3. I could never actually nail it down. It could have been 5. But some reason it's 3 in my head, and it went on till just before I was 11. And my guy was a family friend, and there ended up being 8 of us. And I'll tell you, for me personally, is that sports basically saved my life.
Yeah.
It was an out that I could. I thought I would get flack if they found out that another man did these things. So I tried to be the best I could at sports, because I figured out very early, I had to always outthink adults at 5, 6, 7 years old. I had to outthink them, right? And it wasn't hard.
And now that this is happening in sports, you must be devastated.
That's sad. Yeah.
No, it was so in sports, it was, I knew at an early age, if I was good and popular and the captain of the team, that even if they did find out, that it was
Enough of a buffer?
yeah, absolutely a buffer, absolutely 100%. That you know, I would have some sort of status or whatever. And not only that, I got into as much sports because there's practices at night and I didn't have to go home.
Yeah.
That was the other part of it, right? Because look, you know, that's the way it was. But I will say this to any victim, and I fucking hate the word victim and I hate the word survivor. I just do. I don't know what it is about those two words.
Someone who's been abused.
Yeah, someone who's been abused. I will tell you this. There's only there's one bad thing worse than that, and that's somebody who says they were and they weren't.
Yeah.
Crying wolf. And I don't know why anybody would want to say they were abused when they weren't. It's very dangerous. But overall, I can speak because I am one, and I will say this. I never truly was able to I didn't speak about this till in my 40s. I carried this in my entire life, right? I will say that for me, I can't take on other people's abuse. And what I mean by that is this. I know 2 guys in my situation, out of the 8, I was one of the 8. 2 guys had it way worse than I did because they were family friends growing up, and I've spoken to them over the years. And I know exactly what happened to them, and I know what happened to me. What happened to them was worse than what happened to me, yet it was an itch I couldn't scratch. I was trying to get over their abuse because I culminated, I put it all into one.
Yeah.
So it was one great big abuse. And I could never get over it. I could never fucking deal with it. So I had to get selfish with my own abuse. And I had to only deal with what I could deal with that actually happened. So to try to heal from something someone else happened to, it just can't scratch because it's not there.
Yeah.
So that was the other thing. So, you know, it's very important to speak out. And it's, you know, I know, you know, that I didn't want it to get to this stage today. However, it is raw.
Yeah.
And I'm hopes that, you know, this could help But I fear, and I want to talk about this, I fear there is way more abuse going on
That meets the eye.
than, And,
I have to ask you this, Scott.
yeah,
Jeffrey Epstein.
yeah.
Do you think he committed suicide? I think if he committed suicide, my name's Donald Trump.
I don't.
Because Trump and those guys are implicated if he lived.
I again, I don't.
And I wonder-
I see here. I can't, as a person that's gone through this, I don't know. I can't put any thought to someone else's,
I just think
the guy's a creep.
It was awful convenient. How
It's,
could he commit suicide in a jail cell that was under contract?
I don't know.
And
No
I
idea.
ask this because of the situations going on today in sports. If it gets high enough, will there be situations like that?
There's abuse. Abuse doesn't necessarily have to be physical or mental.
No.
Abuse could be abuse of power.
Yeah.
And it's happened here in town with the soccer, the guy stealing money and then committing suicide. It's in our backyard.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
It's beside you. It's on the bus.
I've seen
It's in a
it.
cab. It's in a restaurant.
It's in the schools.
It's in the school. It's just fucking. You don't know who you're passing on the street.
Mm-hmm.
It's amongst us. So it's in sports here locally. I guarantee it. Right? What's the answer to that? Speak out.
Yeah. Transparency.
Speak out, lash out, do whatever. Because drugs and alcohol did exactly what they were supposed to do for me. It numbed it. It did exactly what it was supposed to do.
That's what everyone does.
When I started ISN in 2008, it was the deepest, darkest part of my addiction. I was at an absolute darkest hole doing copious amounts of cocaine. In 2000. I was a fucking mess. And ISN saved my life. That's my baby.
Yeah.
You want to put me down? Go ahead. Want to put ISN down? No, the mitts are off. Right? That's just the way it is. That is my baby.
It's your baby.
So, but
It's your life-saving baby.
ISN?
Yeah.
Oh, hands down, no question. That's why I still do it today. Every time I should have been dead in the water 4 million times. Who am I? Who am I to run a sports website? I didn't play my sports here. I didn't go to school here. I didn't hang out. I didn't have buddies here. And here I am talking sport.
Well, we're buddies.
No, but it took a while. You know what I mean? No, I get that.
Yeah.
Of course we are. But, but that was my way of speaking out.
Yeah.
Nobody knew it, but I knew it. So that was my way. That was my way of giving back to something that did save my life.
I had some troubled teen years because I was physically abused in my young age too, from the age of 5 till about 10 years old. And then my mother and I moved away from that, moved back to Victoria, where I was originally born from, just to get away from it. And I think I hid it and didn't tell anybody. And I got into drugs and drinking at a young age in high school and stuff. And ended up dropping out, went back and finally completed grade 12 eventually. But it was definitely hiding it. And I opened up in my 30s and spoke out about it a lot more, about being physically abused and stuff. And people you got to speak out and talk about it. It makes you feel a lot better.
I can definitely echo that. And it is scary to do. The only reason I did is I got a phone call late one night saying from a guy I haven't talked to in years and I mean years, and he said, "Did you hear about Davey Pattison? He died." And I go, "Why the fuck are you bringing up that name? Like, why did you just mention that guy's name? Why?" And I don't know. Hey, whoa, slow down. He didn't know, and I thought he did, so I was mad at him. And when I found out he died, you'd think I'd have great relief. Well, I didn't.
No.
I didn't. It was the actual opposite.
The human animal is a strange creature.
I actually was pissed off.
We have empathize with the people who are bad.
Oh, it's a mind.
You want to hear something really weird? The person that abused me and my mother is probably the closest father figure I ever had. So
Wow, really?
So that's hard to get through too.
Yeah,
but,
it's it is not something I wish on anybody. But I will say this. There is copious amounts of help out there.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll tell anybody that I joke about 4 listeners and stuff like this, and I know we have way more than that.
5.
My number is 778-533-4760. And anybody that wants to reach out, call me.
Yeah.
And that's 24/7.
That is admirable, Scott.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you, you're not alone. And I'll tell you that it's okay.
Yeah.
And I will tell you that it's not your fault. And I will say that the only way you're going to get through this is to talk about it and speak about it. Yeah. As hard as that is, and it's massively hard, but it has to be done.
Yeah.
And it's going to get emotional.
Gives you closure.
It is. It's never really closure. Right,
Some
and it's not really acceptance either.
Yeah.
It's just
Approach the close.
Got to let it.
You just have to be okay with it, and the way I got over it, and then I'm not going to speak about it anymore, but it made me who I am today. So the weird part is I wish it didn't happen, but who the fuck would I have been? I don't know. I've been better. I might have been worse. But I like who I am today. Yeah. I like me. And I wouldn't be who I am at this very second if all those things didn't happen.
True.
So I'm quite, if I had to choose, as weird as it sounds, I would do it again. I suppose, because I like who I am today. I really do.
In spite of the fact you're a Leafs fan.
That's probably why. I've never thought. I never done all the years of therapy. That never came up once. That's probably,
Yeah, I was a Leafs fan too back in the day.
Well, yeah.
Davey Keon, George Armstrong, Alan
that's
Bobby Bond.
Yeah, that's when they were winning cups in black and white, Steve. Yeah. So that's all right.
Well, I'm old.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so anyways, I think that's enough. I didn't expect to go down that road, but that's Raw Sportscast for you, and that's what happens when you're unscripted and you just start talking. So anyways, Nick, Steve, I want to thank you for being on the show today, Roundtable. And ladies and gentlemen, again, my number is 778-533-4760. If you ever have to reach out, I will definitely be an ear and a voice at the other end. And with that, I'm going to close the show. Thanks for listening. My name is Scott Harrigan, and this is Raw Sportscast. Thank you.